Hi, travelers. This is going to be my first group of readings for 2024, and this is the Fire Triad. In other words, it's for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius all together. I don't know, like usual, it's sort of like an open reading, so I don't know what the messages will be about, but I hope that you can take something away from the reading after all if it doesn't relate to you. I do suggest that you check back to the other triad to the water, the air, and the earth if they resonate with your moon or rising sign. That's what I'm trying to say. And so I have done a bit of shuffling and meditation on the fire signs. And so it will be a 9-card spread. And if you want to get a reading, you can contact me at hiddenlotustarot@gmail.com, which is right there on the screen, and say to me, hey Tara, my prices are located in the About box section of the channel. So look there, and if you want to have a reading, pick your package and email me, and I will email you right back. I don't like to make people wait. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the camera around and shuffle the cards a bit more. I do have the Radiant White deck with me, the La Vida Sibila for clarification should we need. And I've chosen, actually they picked the Angel Answer cards, have decided to step forward and help us wrap up the reading with an Oracle card. So I hope everyone is doing well after the new year. Everyone had a safe and happy new year. I didn't do much. As a matter of fact, I kind of went to bed about 5 minutes after midnight. There were lots of fireworks in my neighborhood. It sounded like it did the year of the pandemic, like a war zone. It was lots of fireworks, and I was quite surprised by the intensity of it. But nevertheless, I went to sleep right after, me and the dogs and the cat. And one other thing, just a few days ago, I went to the VA, and I've been trialing a new device for stroke victims. It attaches to your leg, and it's supposed to help your leg recover faster. They're going to be sending me the devices. It's 2 of them, one for the thigh and one for the leg. I'm really excited about the application of the device, and looking forward to when I receive it. Hopefully this will help my recovery speed up a little faster. I know that this is really about, it's going to take time, but anything that can help speed me along a little faster, I'm all for it. So we will try to shuffle the cards, rifle them one more time, and shuffle them a little bit. And then this will be a 9-card spread. And I hope that there's something that you can get out of it. So here we go. First card down is the 10 of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Hanged Man. The 3 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, Last row, the Page of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and finally the Strength card. Now, I could say that this reading will be about for a Leo because this is a fire triad, but it can also apply to a person who is Aries or Sagittarius, in that Aries relate to courageousness and Sagittarius relates to the adventurer doing something new. And so I would say if you're trying to open the mouth of a lion, that's something new, that's adventurous. So what is under the whole entire reading? It is the Ten of Wands. Now, in effect, that's 3 tens. 10 of Cups. I thought I had another 10 in the reading. That's a 9 of Pentacles, not the 10 of Pentacles. I said, so let me start over and give you what I have in the reading. 2 swords, 1 cup, 2 wands, 2 pentacles, and 2 major arcana cards. Okay, I have 2 core cards in the spread itself, and over the reading I have the 10 of Wands. Now, normally there is an influence of this 10 of Wands, and normally 2 tens or tens repeat. The repeating tens imply that there is a change perhaps in a relationship. Now, I want to stress that this does not necessarily have to be about a personal relationship. It can be a business relationship or a friendship. But the 2 tens say that there will be a change because the 10 represents a changing energy. In the center, I have the 4 of Swords. And the 4 kind of implies that there are stable foundations, but it's a swords card. All swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, and ideas and communications. The cups are simply about how you feel about something or how it makes you feel. The wands represent the focus, passion, desire, determination. The pentacles can represent money or the simple act of doing something because it represents the third dimensional plane. Here we have 2 major arcana cards, and they represent spiritual lessons. So in the center, I have the 4 of Swords, and it implies that perhaps you need to take a break or rest so that you can gather your thoughts. The card, if you notice, that's an effigy. It's not even a real person. So this is what I like to call the ghosting card. Ghosting, Ghosting, ghosting. This is when, like, a lot of people are contacting you and you can't deal with it, so you just disappear off the scene. So this is about you resting perhaps and gathering your mental energy so that you can think clearer about whatever the situation is. I have 2 threes, and I will explain that in a moment because I just went blank. The cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future, and the interplay of the cards. Now, the thing that stands out to me is the overall energy of the spread. It's not any one card in the spread itself, but this card. And to me, it implies that either you have taken on more than you can handle, are more than you can chew. You have promised a lot of things, like maybe you had a lot of determination, a lot of passion, but you now find yourself in a situation where you are taking on too many things. This could be because there is someone around you or near you that is not doing their part. They are kind of letting you do all the work. And the card says if you continue to do that, there will be resentments and arguments and a feeling of like you're being used. So you can either choose to allow someone to do their own work or pitch in to help, or you can simply lay down the 10 wands, divide them in half. You can only do what you can do when you can do it. You can't do more than that. So maybe you are trying to do too many things at one time. That's what stands out to me the most. Across the top row, I see the 10 of Cups. And the tarot says that this is one of the most positive cards of the pip suit, that nothing can detract away from it. But it implies that all things are just as they should be. There's plenty of happiness and joy to go around. Perhaps this was about a trip that you took with family or friends and enjoyment. But it says that everyone in the cup in the card is getting exactly what they want. There's the house, the 2 kids, there's green land, there is a stream going by, and so you are very happy. But sometimes I think this card can belie what it implies, because the cups are out in a rainbow, and rainbows are illusory. So sometimes when this card comes out, I ask you to think about what really is making you happy. Or what does it take to make you happy? Do you really have everything? Do you have to start fresh and new? Because it's a 10, it's old energy. It starts out at the very front of the reading, so it tells me it's changing. Okay? Now, the Queen of Swords. Even though this is fire signs, we can all embrace kings and queens of a different suit. If you're not an air sign, then what it can represent is the way that you are thinking or communicating, and the way you are presenting ideas. As a profession, she is a doctor, a surgeon, a writer, an editor, a policeman, a scientist, anywhere where sharp tools or intellect are needed to get the job done. Okay? Normally, she represents kind of the divorcee queen, and which says that she is mean and bitter, but I don't buy being mean and bitter. It just means that I think she is a direct person and she tells you like it is. In other words, she doesn't mince words with people. She doesn't suffer fools lightly. And she is at the top of the spread. So I think this person, if it's you, she definitely has something to say. She can even be a counselor or a mediator, okay, like a lawyer. And so, because she's at the top of the spread, I think she has something that she wants to say, but she's being held back. Perhaps she feels that now is not the time, or that she's trying to figure out a way to soften the blow. Either way, it's a waiting period here. So she has not said what she has to say just yet. The Hangman represents a time of suspended events. The Hangman has hung himself up on this cross. No one has placed him there. So this says to me, maybe she, the Queen of Swords, is waiting to get some clarity, to gain some clarity on a situation. As you see here, he has a halo around his head. And this is about trying to get some clarity on an event or the way that she thinks. There's something else that the Hangman is trying to tell me. I can't pull it out right now. I'll come back to it in a minute. So we have next row, the Three of Wands. This is a card of business, of perhaps business opportunities, projects to do, but also it's a time of waiting. As you can see, he's waiting on the bluff, the top of a bluff, and he's looking out over the bay. He is either waiting for his ships to come in, or he has just sent them out. So I say that perhaps there is some negotiations combined in this. And this might be why there is a holdup, so to speak. We are coming out of Mercury retrograde. It takes at least 2 weeks for it to get back up to speed. So if there are any messages that you're waiting on, perhaps this delay says, don't be, that's what he's telling me, don't be too upset if things haven't come around yet. And what you should be doing is gathering your mental energies, because I do think that the message comes here. And I do think that things will be moving very soon and in a positive manner. Next, we have the Nine of Swords. And this is a 9. It represents a focus on the completion of events. And if you look at this figure in the card, she is in her finest gowns, surrounded by grapes, a lush landscape, a beautiful garden. And what it says is that you have worked hard to attain the things that you have. Perhaps you have done it alone. And so far, it has been good for you to be alone. This also says to me that perhaps there is a move in your future. It doesn't have to be a move of a home. It can be a move of an office. Right? It's not a house move. It can be, but it's not. I feel that it may be just a business move, or to a different office or location. But it says also that you will receive monetary, some surprise monetary gain from whatever this spread is about. If you are waiting on an inheritance, you can expect maybe that it will come to you. But mostly it talks about earned rewards, the things that you already earned that belong to you. So it could be, since this next card is a 10, it could be about waiting for retirement. But you got to plan for what you have right now. And so the pages and knights to me only represent messages and news. And indeed, there is news coming in. News that could probably excite you, that is exciting and somewhat of a positive nature. It's giving me a timing like maybe 1 week. But the swords represent weeks. I mean, the wands represent weeks. The swords represent days. The cups represent months. And the pentacles represent years. Okay? So maybe in a week, you will receive some news to go into some kind of partnership with someone. That's what the threes represent. But it says that the threes, there may be suspended events before future successes can be realized, because there are more than 3 people involved in the situation, at least 3. And this card, the 3 of Pentacles, is about teamwork, cooperation, the start of something new. It's a cornerstone of a new building. And the 2 people here have decided to go and receive advice from someone who is a little bit more knowledgeable than they are about how to build this thing. How much money is it going to cost? Is it viable? Is it feasible? All those kind of things. So they go to get, I think, expert advice is what I'm hearing. But it is about teamwork and cooperation. Okay? And I do think that someone is going to come in and offer you something. And now we have the Strength card. And the Strength card has many meanings. But the one that I'm picking up from this is it is about loving what you do, doing what you love, and loving what you do. I think that many people are in positions of work or professions that they really are coming around to discover they are not that happy. There's too much work involved. Not that there's too much work, but there's too many things that they have to carry. If that's the case, do look for someone you can go into partnership with that helps to lighten the load. But it is also an 8. So this is not, I don't think I'm looking out into August, the summer, although I could be. I think really what the card implies, the Strength card, is it's an 8, which is a karmic number, usually associated with money. And you are being asked to face your fears. If you are used to being alone or doing the work alone, and someone is coming in perhaps to offer you finances or a helping hand, a hand up, then the card says to go ahead and do that. Face the fears. Maybe you have been alone for a long time working by yourself, but you decided now that maybe you want to take this project to the next level, and someone comes in to offer that to you. So you are being asked to face the fear and do it anyway. Okay? You don't have to be mean or nasty about it. Sometimes this card even says that someone from from their past will enter your life again, and you have to face the fear of it. That's one of my favorite sayings: face the fear and do it anyway. Because you never know how it could turn out if you don't try. Yes? Now, I want to look again at this Hangman, because he's telling me, he's trying to tell me something. Answers that may have eluded you become clear, and solutions to problems are found. The Hangman implies the ability to view things from a higher perspective. He tells you to focus on what is happening now, and it implies that you should think of ways in which you can compromise in order to avoid failure. It does say, be aware of others' motives. Do not allow yourself to be misled, and be prepared to exercise your own personal strength and will. Be prepared for big changes within the home, family, and or career sector. It tells you to be prepared for new and innovative ideas that bring about positive change. That's what I'm feeling. That's why you are supposed to be resting right now, so that you can be fresh and inspired when the message comes. It implies that things may temporarily be suspended, which may cause considerable frustration. Faith and trust is required, and patience is needed to wait for the tide to turn and the desired effects to come to fruition. It tells of a need to recognize your own abilities and build your plans accordingly. I say yes. But I want to look at the 2 tens and give you exactly, it's about the number of tens indicate a major change in your life, because all tens are related to the Wheel of Fortune. It's a 10 card. And so this is about adjusting yourself to the ups and downs as the wheel turns around. But know that there is change coming with the 2 tens here. I want to look at the two tens tell of a career change for the better. That's what it felt like to me, that this was about some kind of work project or job thing. That's why I don't necessarily always try to give interpretations about specific things. But this honestly feels like a work situation, a job situation. That's what the 2 tens represent. And now the 2 threes tell of a small but pleasant surprise. That goes back to the 9 of Pentacles. Let me give you some to indicate that some unexpected income or money is coming your way in the near future. You may have been working on a venture or a project by yourself, and during this time you have had to be self-sufficient. Your inner strength and fortitude will have come to the fore. It tells that you may receive financial gain or rewards, and these will be pleasurable. However, the real pleasure will come from knowing that you alone are responsible for your own success. I think that although you may enjoy your solitude here, you are being asked to make room for someone else to come in and help you. This is not a message about a romance. This is about a business opportunity or a change in career. Also, family life, maybe. But I think that the family is behind you now, in the sense that you are not necessarily worried so much about the family life. You are worried about your career, and something major is going to happen to you. I think so. It tells you, the Three of Wands, to remain optimistic and concentrate only on aspirations and goals that can be achieved in order to avoid disappointments. May be related to a business venture or project, but also relating to a new career, path, or lifestyle. The Three of Wands. And now I come to the Three of Pentacles. It indicates an opportunity that may lead to promotion and or gain in business or commercial transaction or venture. I really believe that this is all business opportunities and profitable ventures are highlighted when the Three of Pentacles appears in a reading. Take advantage of this auspicious time. Financial affairs will blossom, particularly if you work within a large organization or family business. You may receive a great deal of personal satisfaction from the success of the venture and from the recognition from others. It represents teamwork and people working towards a common goal. The reason why I think these two cards are coming out is because you need to slow down and plan for things carefully before you make a move. You already taken on more than you can handle. And if you are looking to move or buy or sell property, things should run smoothly in this vein. Now, I don't have a need, I think, to... Maybe this card represents the brain behind... You're the brains behind the business, you know? But you're a straight shooter. And right now you're required to take on this the characteristics of this Queen of Swords. Tell it like it is. Point things out. Ask a lot of questions. she is a curious person, and she also is a very, the word sharp comes to mind. I don't think that I need to pull any Sibila cards on this. So I'm going to pull an angel answer card. I don't foresee any snafus. I just think it's going to take a little while for everything to come together. I will be honest, when I first put the cards down, I was thinking that this person was the mother-in-law. But the more I laid the cards out, the more it became about a business idea or venture or project. Meditation brings answers. It's kind of like what these two cards are saying. You need to meditate, to think about it until the answer becomes clear to you. Don't make a move until then. Always exercise your own personal will and judgment. So it says, trying to come up with an intellectual answer to your concerns has not been successful. That's because the solutions you seek can only be found by going within, through meditation or inner spiritual work. You may also gather insights from your nighttime dreams as your subconscious creates solutions for you that are not available to your waking mind. And that also represents dreams. Okay, that's what I have for the fire signs for January. I hope this helps. And until next time, namaste.